Hi everyone, this is Rebecca Jane from Yoga with Rebecca Jane, and today we're on our fourth day of our breathe and flow class, or flow and breathe class. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a breathing technique that we've learned this in the first three. If you don't know what they are, you've just kind of dropped in for this, which I think you have, a few of my live people have. If you've dropped in for this class and you don't know what's happened for the other three classes, I will actually give you one to do instead. So, and there's two you can do. There's one which is called 7-11, which you inhale to the count of 7 and you exhale to the count of 11. And then there's another one where you inhale to the count of 4, you hold for the count of 7, and you exhale for the count of 8. 7-11 is much more of it's a kind of a quick, relaxing breath, which will immediately relax you. So you do maybe a minute of that 7-11 breath. So it'd be about 4 or 5 breaths, possibly, maybe a little bit more. And you find yourself, you've calmed down. If you're very overwhelmed, or you're finding that you need, instead of grabbing the glass of wine, you go and take a breather. The 4-7-8, which is an inhale for 4, you hold for 7, you exhale for 8. That helps you when you're worrying a lot. So you have an obsessive worry. What happens is you're concentrating on the counting and the holding, and that helps to kind of take you out of the cycle of worry. So you can choose either one of those. And so I'll just remind you as soon as we get started. The second part of the class is we're going to be going through a flow. It just so happens that when this has been recorded, we have a full moon. It's and with the full moon, and today's the full moon, and it happens to be that there's 2 full moons in this month, 2020. And it's October 31st, which is Halloween, is the second moon, and it's called a blue moon because there's 2 moons in the same month. And if you remember the expression, what is it called? Something in a full moon. I'm just trying to think what it is. Anyway, that means it's a rare occurrence that something will happen in a blue moon. So it's something that you it's a saying that you hear often, or you've heard throughout your life, but now maybe you understand why, because it's what it means, what it's related to. Anyway, so let's take a breather. Let's take a few breaths in. And just simply exploring the breath. Now you're going to choose either the inhale to the 4, hold for the 7, and exhale for the 8. 3 sets, or the 7-11, inhale for 7 or exhale for 8. So you choose 3, do 3 at your own pace, 2-3 sets of one of those at your own pace. Or you can do just your regular breathing. And whenever you're finished, return to your ujjayi breath, which is an inhale through the nose, creating an ah sound at the back of the throat, and an exhale through the nose. Same thing, creating that ah sound. It takes a little bit of practice, and the counts are 3 to 3, so 3 counts for inhale and exhale, evening out the 2, or 4, which is a little bit longer. We'll be working between 3 and 4 throughout the practice today. So just take another breath in and another breath out. You don't have to remember the counts, because I will take you through it the whole time. So let's come off of our seat and lay down into your child's pose. Come into your child's pose. Starting each of our flow practices, all of our flow practices in our child's pose, these 5 sessions. So let the arms reach forward, elbows soft. Let your elbows rest on the ground, forehead resting on the ground as well. And let's start to breathe in, reconnecting with the breath, and breathe out. And inhale. And exhale. One more breath in, and use the exhalation to come into your tabletop. And then exhale, let's round through the spine, come directly into your cat stretch. Pull the belly in towards your spine, and then inhale, float into your cow, tilt your tailbone up. If you want a little extra, you could curl the toes under or keep the tops of the feet flat, rounding as you exhale. Wonderful stretch and a simple flow between 2 postures, inhale and exhale. So we're building on from the basic to a little bit more complicated. And today, because we're celebrating the full moon, we're doing a moon salutation, which can be done any time of the day, but it's especially nice at night. And that's inhale back into your neutral spine, press back into your extended child's pose, reach your fingertips forward. And then inhale, float through your cow stretch, just tilt your tailbones. This is building up, and exhaling, rounding through the spine, press back, building up from what we've been doing for the other 3 days. So just adding on, just warming up our bodies with simple flows. Inhale, float through your cow, which is a tilt of the tailbone, and exhale, round through the back, pressing back. So if you missed the other 3, it doesn't matter. You can just catch up right now, or at some point go back. Inhale, lift through the heart, and exhale, let's round through the spine and press back and pause in your child's pose. But take a moment here to return, keep breathing in, use the breath to keep you in the flow even when you're resting, you're stretching. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, slide the hands next to your legs. You can touch the feet, or another option for shoulders is to place the hands on your lower back with the palms facing up. Either one. You're going to take an inhale, and then you're going to lift all the way up off the heels, sweep your arms up to the sky. Let's exhale, just float the arms back down to the sides, and replace it on your lower back or next to your legs. As you exhale, inhaling, 1 full breath for this whole sequence. Inhale, lift up, and then exhale, float down. Staying focused, staying in the moment, staying with the breath and movement. Inhale, lift up. And one more time, exhale, lower down. Take an inhale, slide your hands forwards, float through your cow. This time, exhaling, lowering down onto your stomach. Elbows, hands slide slightly forward, and Let's inhale into your cobra. And then exhale, lower down, slide the hands next to your chest, press up through your cow, all the way back to your child's pose. And let's do that one more time. Inhale, float forward, arching the spine. Exhaling, lowering down. Inhaling, cobra, sliding the hands further forward, or they can be next to your chest. And then exhale, lower down, and slide back. This time, slide back towards your child's, but don't quite touch your heels. Simply come all the way up, inhaling, reach the arms up to the sky, adding on. This time, exhale, dive down as if you're diving into a pool of water. Inhale, slide your hands forward, float through your cow. Exhaling, lowering down onto your tummy. Inhaling into your cobra. Cobras or your elbows are bent. Exhaling, lowering down, hands next to your chest. Press up, float through your cat. Press towards the heels, but you're not quite touching. And then as soon as you inhale, you lift up. Reach the arms up to the sky. Maybe a little back bend, add on to that. Exhale, let's do 2 more sets. Forward, dive down. Inhale, slide forward. Exhale, lower yourself down. Beautiful flow, very gentle. Inhaling into your cobra. Exhaling, lowering down, slide the hands next to your chest, push back up, round through the spine. Let's actually press now into your child's pose, extended child's pose. Let's take 2 breaths here, keeping the breath continuously moving, that same rhythm. Inhaling and exhaling. So the same tempo with the breath, even though your body's resting. So inhaling, let's come into your tabletop, curl the toes under, press back to your heels. And then from here, either stay here or take a breath in, and as you breathe out, downward dog. So if you're in the extended child's pose, stay there, but you're going to do, what you'll do is rock forward and backwards, and for those downward dog people, bend your knees, both knees, take an inhale, and then exhale, straighten the legs. Or keep the knees, there's always a soft bend. Inhaling, bend as if you're trying to touch the knees to the ground, but they're not quite there. And then exhale, straighten the legs. Then inhale, bend. And then as you exhale, whether you're on the ground in child's pose or in downward dog, walk to the front of the mat. Let yourself hang here for 3 breaths. Find that perfect, comfortable forward bend. Think of yourself as fluid, as water, as a stream, as if your bones are very, very soft and supple, flexible. Do whatever feels just right for you here. Take a breath in and out. So as we move now, we're going to start our moon salutation. So coming back to center, let the arms drop to the ground if you happen to be cradling them. Take an inhale and exhale, roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Ragdoll roll. Coming up to standing. So think of yourself as that stream, or as if there's nothing. You are made of water, but everything's water. There's nothing solid in you. But you're still very strong. So here we go. We're starting our flow. Reach the arms up to the sky. Interlace them. I'm just going to turn around so you can see. Except for the index finger. As if you're reaching the index finger up to the sky. Bend to the right. And then inhale up, nice and tall. And exhale, bend to the left. And then inhale, release the hands, but make a little bowl with those hands as if you're carrying something in the bowl. and you're going to lay it down. Knees are bent here. And then lay it down and slide your arms back behind you as if you're going to ski. And then let the arms float, re-pick up that ball and float yourself up. Think about the spine as a wave, and then reach the arms up. But this time, no side bends. 3 sets of these forward folds. So we're going to use our breath now. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, lower down. Place the thing down. Keep the breath. Keep exhaling. Reach the arms forward. Then inhale. Lift back up. And then exhale. Float back down. Brush the hands to the ground, maybe, if you can get it that far. And then inhale. Lift back up. And then let the hands come back in front of you in that bowl shape. So this is what makes it different from sun salutation. Sun salutation, we bring the hands together in prayer, or what they call Anjali Mudra. This is a different one, where we're holding the light of the moon in our palms. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. It's a slower and cooler and calmer salutation than the sun, which is brighter and fiery. But we sometimes just need calm, dark, cool. And then release the arms down. We're going to step your left foot back and turn our bodies to the left side of the mat. It doesn't matter which side, as long as you can see me. But you are working on the right foot, you'll see. So the right foot is your front foot. Reach your arms up to the sky. Straighten those legs. Bend your elbows, bend your knees. This is a goddess pose. So just take a breath in and take a breath out. And then straighten the arms and straighten the legs. Take a breath in, soften the shoulders down. So you take full breaths as you hold the poses, but keep the breath moving. Now, then exhale, turn your left toes in, and turn your right toes forward, and fold over that right leg. Come into a triangle, so you're squared to the side of the mat, not forward. Your hands are resting on your shin or on your thigh. And it's not about perfection here. It's really just about feeling. We're going to get into it's a flow. So just enjoying it. Now taking an inhale and exhale, twisting forward, facing that right foot, turning the back toes in, opening that right foot out a little bit and fold over into your pyramid. So folding, you don't have to, the knee can be soft, maybe bent if you need to. Take an inhale and exhale, slide your left leg back. Now you're in a high lunge. Blocks might come in handy for some of you if you have blocks. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, flatten out that back foot and walk your hands to the center. And you're paralleling those feet, but turn your toes slightly in, heels slightly out. And bend and straighten. Let this become a flow, a flowing movement, fluid. Breathing in, and your hands can either stay on the ground or on your ankles, or let them float on the ground as if you're sweeping the ground with your hands. Inhaling and exhaling. And then take a breath in, and as you breathe out, turn your right toes forward, frame your right foot, curl your back toes under, your back into your lunge. So we're going full circle. Inhaling. And then as you exhale, bring your left foot in a foot or so, and both feet are flat, hip distance apart. Fold over that front leg. Pyramid. Coming back the way we came. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, bring your left foot back. Tight rope those legs. Right foot stays forward. Turn the back toes in a little bit and back into the triangle. Either looking down or looking up. Being that it's a relaxing calming flow, you can look down. We tend to we don't want to be so energized. Take an inhale and then exhale. Lift all the way up. Turn your right toes forward. Come back into your Charlie Chaplin feet. Open up those feet. And then arms out to the side, straighten those legs. Breathe in. And breathe out. And then take an inhale, lift your arms up and exhale. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, palms face each other. Goddess. Inhaling. A male and females can both do this moon salutation. Feminine energy is important in men as well as women, and the same thing with masculine for women. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, turn your whole body towards the front of the mat, towards your right foot, and then step your left foot forward, coming back into your standing. Bring your arms, reach them up to the sky. Let the hands come down in front of your heart, holding that bowl. Closing the eyes, breathing in. Letting the light of the moon absorb into your fingers, into your palms, through your arms, all the way up your shoulders, down your spine, to your feet. Take a breath in and then reach the arms back up. We're going to interlace the hands. Again, index fingers pointing up. This time, exhale, bend to the left. And then inhale, nice and tall, and then exhale to the right. Inhale, back up. Create that little bowl shape, and let's float down 3 sets. Exhaling, float the arms back, and then inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhaling down. Think of the smoothness and gentleness of the moon's rays as opposed to the sun. That's what we're mimicking. Reach up. One more time, float down. And then inhale, lift back up, reach the arms up, and then bring them back in front of your heart, but into that bowl shape. Breathing in and breathing out. And then release the arms down. Step your right foot back and turn your toes. I'm going to actually swing around. So the right foot becomes, your left foot now becomes the main foot that we turn to. Straddle that mat, turn the heels in, reach the arms up. Inhale and exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees. Take an inhale and exhale, straighten the arms and straighten the legs. And then take a breath in and turn your left toes forward, turn your back toes in, and fold over your left leg. Triangle, left leg. Breathing in and breathing out. And then inhaling, twisting forward, lowering the hands to the ground. Remember, if you have blocks, have the blocks ready. Turn your back toes forward, open the feet a little bit wider so they're hip distance apart, and fold over that front leg. Inhaling and exhaling. And then bend your front knee, slide your right leg back, inhaling into your lunge and exhaling. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, walk your hands to this, straddle your mat. Walk your hands to the center, turn your toes slightly in, take an inhale and exhale, bend your left knee, and then your right knee. So go back and forth, deciding where your hands will go, whether they'll slide or you'll keep them still, whatever feels good. This is a hip opener. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, then take an inhale and exhale. Spin your left toes forward, frame your left foot, curl the back toes onto your back into your lunge. We're returning back to how we came. Slide your right foot forward, lower that right foot down, fold over that left leg, pyramid. Breathing in and breathing out.
Then slide, bring your right foot back, and then not parallel those feet. Tightrope those feet. That's cartwheel the arms up, coming into your triangle. So both legs, the front foot is in line with the center of the back foot. Left foot is forward. Once you learn this, you won't have to even think. You just go with it. This is the learning part of it. The next session, I'll do the whole thing again. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, turn your toes forward, open the heels, and reach the arms out to the sides, straighten the legs. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale, bend the elbows and knees. Goddess. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, spin forward. Let the arms drop and step your right foot forward. Bring your hands in front of your heart, back into that little bowl. Take a breath here, inhaling. And imagine the light of the moon now entering your heart space. And then take a breath in, and as you breathe out, let's find our way back onto our mats. Let's extend those legs. Let's come into a forward bend. And then sit back up nice and tall. Slide your bottom to your heels and lower yourself onto your backs. So you should feel pretty calm and maybe calm and cool, right? Relaxed, at ease. Hug your knees into your chest. And then place the feet flat on the ground. Take your right foot, cross it over your left. You can either keep it as is or add a little extra for a twisted root. Take that right foot behind your left calf. Now all of us can do that. Arms out to the sides and drop your knees to the left. If that doesn't work for you, just don't do it. And maybe just stack the legs, coming into a variation of a spinal twist. Turn your gaze to the right. And then let the knees come back up. You can stretch longer if you'd like. You don't have to just follow at this point. You might need a little bit more of a stretch. Take that right foot off the left, hug your knees into your chest. And then place the feet back on the ground. Take your left leg, cross it over, and you decide on this side, do you tuck your left foot underneath your right foot for twisted root, or do you just leave it separate? Or without tucking it. And then drop your knees to the right, turn your gaze to the left. This helps to twist out your hip joint a little bit. Squeeze those inner thighs. And then gently pick your knees back up. Again, and then untwist those legs. Hug your knees into your chest. And then prepare for your Shavasana. Take your left foot to the left corner of the mat, the right to the right. Let them open up naturally, and let the feet drop open. Arms a few inches from your body with the palms upwards. Chin tucked as if there's an apple between your chin and your chest. Closing your eyes, take about 2 to 5 minutes here. Let yourself just relax. Nothing more to do. And as you continue on, I will slowly and gently find my way up to seal the practice for this session. That moon salutation is often done over and over and over again, but it takes much longer than a sun salutation, so it takes longer. But it's beautiful, actually. And you'll probably feel different as opposed to a sun salutation when you feel a little bit more, maybe you get even sweaty
but less so with the moon salutation. It's as if you're stretching every part of your body. So as I seal the practice for this session, and we have one more started tomorrow, which I will bring in some of these, especially the moon salutation. And as I bring my hands in front of my heart, as a means to seal the practice for this session, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day or evening whenever you're looking or doing this video. This is Rebecca Jane from from Yoga with Rebecca Jane. I will see you soon. Namaste.